Konnichiwa. Shalom. Hola. Hello. Bug. Yasas. Ni hayo. Hujambo. Marhaba. And welcome to Dark Souls 3. I started my new job. I really like it. Bones, don't start. I just started streaming. So I'm no longer at my old job that was killing my feet. And I'm at my new job, which is not killing my feet. So I'm very happy. So we need to finish up this playthrough. We really do. We've got a few more things to knock out. And actually, why did I go full screen? I don't want to go full screen. And I think today, what did I do? I did some things offline. I did some PvP. I got Bloodlust. Took it up to +3. It won't let me infuse it, unfortunately. I took the Falchion up to +10, and I have bumped up the Hollow Blackblade a little bit. But basically, what we need to do now, I think, is we need to get to the dragon place. We need to dragon it up. So we want to go. We want to go here. Now, whether I actually go fight the Nameless King is up for debate right now. Only because he is pretty hard. Actually, the more I think about it, even though he is the hardest boss in the game, I don't think he's really that hard. The problem with the Nameless King, as many will notice, is that the camera, it will kill you more than anything else. The camera in that fight can be downright terrible. The fight itself is fun and interesting, but that camera, boy, it's very hard to keep your eye on the boss, and it's hard to know what he's doing when. Like, sometimes he will be doing the fire AoE, and it's very hard to. It comes out. It does have a tell, and you can get away from it as long as you see it. If you don't see it, then it's almost impossible to get away from it, and it hits so hard. So maybe what I'll do is, I think the caveat here is going to be, we're going to at least fight our way to that bonfire. Right outside his fog gate. But what we might do is we might look and see if there's an archer or a mage there to summon, and then we'll go that route. I think well, should I? Alright, fine. I just want to show you this because it's here, but I don't need it. That guy. Boop. So, did I? We'll worry about that later. This is more important. So yeah, what was I gonna say? I think the Nameless King is going to be even harder for Dex builds, because Dex builds rely on quick, repeated hits, and he gives you, in the first phase at least, he gives you so few opportunities to hit him that a strength build, which is what I did when I fought him solo, is going to have a much better time. You can do more damage to his head faster because you only have to hit him once or twice before he flies away or does something. Dex build, you know, is going to have to try to get a bunch of quick hits into his head, and I think that's going to prove to be a little more difficult. But if I roll up there and I see a mage, or maybe even like somebody with a Dragon Slayer bow or something like that, I might go ahead and give him a shot. Mages wreck the Nameless King. Also, keep on, I might get invaded here. It's certainly possible. People love to invade in this area because they have a lot of environmental advantages. But the main reason we want to come here is because we want to get those ashes to buy chunks with. So we can, of course I had to get them both. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that move before. That was new. So yeah, I'm ready to finish this playthrough up. I'm ready to move on to my next, whatever I'm streaming next, and I've got a couple ideas. It might be a completely new game that I haven't played before, and it might be a game thinking about a couple different things. So we'll see what happens. I know, you guys want to flame me. Well, you... Can I... This does cause bleed. I'm not worried about Estus too much right now because I know I'm right around the corner from a bonfire, so I have no problem chugging Estus. Bones. So I thinking the other day I've been, you know, doing all the paperwork and stuff for my new job, and I want to talk about my new job, but I'm not going to say what it is. It's a fairly well-known organization, and I want to talk about some of the interesting people that I'm working with right now, and I don't really want to disclose them. So the first thing I noticed was, you know, obviously every time you get a new job, one of the first things is you gotta fill out a bunch of forms, and you got to answer a lot of very obvious questions. But one question I answered that you know how to answer the question, but part of me disagrees with it. Basically what it was let's switch weapons just for the hell of it, was about unwanted sexual advances at work. Now, and sexual harassment in general. Now, I'm the first one to say that, you know, you should definitely not harass people at work. But at the same time, I thought this was kind of funny. If you're at work, let's say for the sake of argument you're at work, right? And you say to a coworker, let's say I'm a guy, and let's say I say this to a guy, okay? Not a woman, but a guy. And he's a good, like, he's a guy, a co-worker I get along with. He's a good guy. I like him. And I say, hey Bob, you know, I'm having a real rough week this week. Think you could give me a hand job, please? That's sexual harassment. Now, personally, I don't think that's sexual harassment. In my humble opinion, if you were to say, I'm having a really bad week, could you please give me a hand job? And you said it just like that, you know? Hey, I know we're not, like, you know, in a relationship or anything, but it'd be be a bro and help me out. It would really help. It would lower my stress levels. That's sexual harassment, and personally, I don't think that is sexual harassment. All Bob has to do is say, no, or sure, let me help you out, brother. Now, everybody knows if you're the boss and you bring one of your female employees in and say, you know, I'll give you a raise if you blow me, or I will you know, give you some free vacation time, or you know, you're not going to get anywhere in this company if you don't, or that's wrong. That's bad. That's what. But there was an item. There is an item up here. You don't do that. That's dick. That's an asshole being an asshole, and that's what sexual harassment laws should be made to prevent. I know this is a crazy conversation or topic to be talking about in a video, but nonetheless I am, because I found it interesting, and we're just running around anyway, so why the hell not? But if you just politely ask somebody, hey, could you please, you know, perform analingus on me, or would you mind massaging my breasts? That's sexual harassment, and I don't think it should be. I think that's just somebody asking somebody for a favor, you know? If I said, hey, would you mind playing tennis with me this weekend? It helps me relieve stress, and I need a tennis partner. No one would think anything different of that, but people are so hung up on sex. It's such a big deal, and it shouldn't be. It's like, it's just sex. You know, almost everybody does it. Oh shit! He kind of shifted there. There we go. I'm not fighting these guys. It's not worth it. I'm just grabbing all the loot. But it just goes to show how hung up we are on shit. That, you know, people have been having sex since the dawn of time. If we don't have sex, we will die out. You know, it's a part of life. It's a part of society. It's not a big deal. Why are people so hung up on sex? It's like, you don't force yourself on other people. Everybody knows the basics. Whoa. I just realized I was running into fire. Everybody knows the basics. You don't force yourself on people who don't want to be with you. You don't make people feel uncomfortable. You know, that's common sense. But some things, we're so hung up on some things that we go out of our way and we bend over backwards to make everything uncomfortable and everything wrong. And it's like, give me a break. We're all adults here. Stop acting like a 14-year-old. I'm gonna say it, aren't I? I am gonna say it. Not that being a 14-year-old is bad. Is it terrible that I just did this boss fight and just talked about something completely out of the ordinary and really didn't pay much attention to the fight at all, other than doing what I see? I like this. I know some people that I've watched that did not like that little section there. I would think if the Ancient Dragon was the boss for this level, I would have a problem with it. He's not. It's just a fun thing that they threw in. The difficulty of the boss fight is obviously getting to the boss, getting to that drop zone to drop on his head. I saw a lot of people. There's signs leading all the way up that say drop attack, plunging attack, and people are like picking the wrong spot to plunge. Like they're like, oh, should I plunge here? And they're way before the plunging spot. So the difficulty of the fight is just finding out where you're supposed to drop from, and that you are supposed to do a drop attack. Hopefully he didn't summon Hobble. No, he didn't. Not that I have a problem with it, but I just want to... Come here, dude. No, when I said come here, dude, I didn't mean kill me. Man, they gotta do something